Hey, this is Norb. With Silver Age. Hey, I just want to throw out up quickly up front. Spoiler warning, spoiler warning, spoiler warning. Now you can watch the video if you've seen Daredevil 8. Otherwise, don't watch the rest of this video. Take care. Yo, everybody. The review of episode 8. I'm not going to hide this. Basically, bottom line, my producer Tabitha's saying, don't hide it. It was the best episode we've had by far. Great episode. A lot of stuff happening. I think it was freaking awesome. We had Bullseye multiple different times. We had all sorts of different villains, plot counts. We had this white, black and white ball where we see Kingpin strong arming a lot of different rich people because he got the dirt on them, and kind of threatening our good friend Jack, the swordsman, that he would turn his task force loose on him. It was a freaking great episode. There were so many different components, so many different parts. And one of the questions I have right at the beginning is when Bullseye got shifted to general population, who did that? We hear Kristen say that, hey, Kingpin released him into general population. I think it was his office that released him to general population. But I think that it was Buck who sent the message. I don't think Wilson Fisk had any idea that Bullseye was being shifted. And of course, as we know by the end of the episode, Kingpin had no idea that Vanessa actually hired Bullseye yet. Although Matt Murdock figured that out. So we have that dynamic. We also have the fractured faith. I want to say faith. The fractured counselor, not knowing where to go anymore. Still thinking anyone who wears a mask is hiding their true selves and being evil. Can't be trusted. And she doesn't seem to appear to understand Matt is Daredevil. But hey, that's hidden pretty well. All these plot points, and then we got BB, the reporter, and I can't remember the other guy's, the assistant, who just got promoted to deputy mayor. Another interesting dynamic for communications, where obviously I think that guy sadly is set up for not fail, but in case something goes wrong, Wilson Fisk can blame him for anything going wrong in his administration, for communications with council, police department, or whatever else, or to the press. And then we got BB, who all of a sudden we find out actually has another newscast, social cast, different name. She puts stuff out there. And we also find out that her dad was killed, I believe, by Kingpin. So she has got an agenda as well. So we have agendas everywhere. How all this is going to connect, I don't know. And then, of course, we do see Matt's religious side come out, unfortunately, when he goes and saves Kingpin from Bullseye shot. Now, that whole shot thing kind of bothered me a little bit because Bullseye being as great as he is, he can pick up anything, boom, boom, done. And he's sitting there taking his time to fire the gun. I think he was taking his time to fire the gun because he wanted to make sure he didn't accidentally hit the person who hired him, which I think was Vanessa. And once again, I think it's a freaking phenomenal episode. So many different dynamics. I'm sure if I go through a list, there's probably 20, 25 things that were just incredible in this. I'd like to hear some of your thoughts about that. But this is definitely must watch. If you look back on the prior 7 episodes, there's a lot to unpack, a lot to connect. I think episode 1 still you have to go back and watch. Episode 2 you need to go back and watch. Episode 3 probably. Episode 5, like I said, I think before I told you little snippets are good. Episode 7 to me was all predictable because you could see where everything was going. But this episode 8 fully was not predictable. I hope you guys think it was great as well, because I do as well. And I'm just taking a glance out there, some of the other reviews out there. I think most of the reviews have been overwhelmingly positive. And you can see Tabitha being happy with everything I'm saying about this. So, hey, please like and subscribe. We're trying to grow this channel. We have put up a Facebook page. We might be doing a little more real stuff. We have some photos from a Steel Con in Pittsburgh last weekend that we threw out there. So hope everyone's well and have an awesome day. I'm sorry if I didn't say the spoiler thing up front, which I will throw a quick caveat right into this. Everybody have a good day. Bye.